Grand Theft Auto games are great when they let players do whatever they want in their open world, but their stories should also try to flesh out the sandbox and the characters that are living in it. Finally, we now have a great game when a story is just as good as the open world gameplay, with the addition of having 3 main protagonists. Michael is arguably the glue that holds together this trinity of characters. He's a retired bank robber, now living in witness protection after staging his own death. Franklin is a young African American who's trying to get out of the hood by doing whatever it takes in order to score money and live on his own. And lastly, there's Trevor, a former partner of Michael's, who's been living in Blaine Country, the neighbouring area around Los Santos. After quite a few adventures on their own, the 3 protagonists unite in order to pull off all sorts of heists in and around Los Santos. At the same time, they're also going through all kinds of separate stories, from Michael's affairs with Latino drug lords to Trevor's attempts at wiping out competition in Blaine Country. Rockstar has released quite a few games since GTA 4, and there are pieces from each of them in this newest edition. The driving is pretty similar to the one in LA Noire, as cars no longer feel like boats seen in GTA 4. Instead, they feel pretty similar to an arcade racing simulator. You can also customise them in many different ways, but you'll need quite a bit of cash to do so. Shooting is pretty similar to Max Payne 3 or Red Dead Redemption, as players can wield the weapons much easier and with greater freedom, even when running around the area. Cover is quite important as well, as the characters are pretty fragile and will go down in just a few hits. Of course, one of the new main mechanics is the heist one, which is quite complex. First, players need to choose a target, go scope it out, and devise various plans to rob that store or bank. They can go with guns blazing or use more stealthy approaches. Besides going on all sorts of crime sprees, you can embark on many other activities in Los Santos and Blaine Country. There are other sports like triathlons, but also car races, plane ridings, or distractions like walking Franklin's dog Chop. Players can jump between the 3 main characters whenever they want during regular gameplay, and the title will go into a sort of Google Earth style transition, converging on the location of the next character, putting you in their shoes just as they were doing different things like enjoying a drink or walking around the hood. When it comes to the graphics, GTA 5 isn't doing so good, as the decision to appear on current gen consoles, PlayStation 3 and 360, meant that Rockstar had to do a lot of compromises in terms of texture and quality to the visuals. Even so, we noticed some lag at various moments in the game on both the PlayStation and the Xbox. Transitioning from one character to another can also take a bit of time, and there are quite a few dodgy animations. Altogether, GTA 5 is arguably the best game of the year so far, with an 8 out of 10 stars from us here at Playbox.